We are here at the Web Summit. We made it.
Hello, beautiful human. Welcome back to Bedtime Business. We're talking about business and entrepreneurial things as I get ready to go to bed. This week, we're actually starting a whole new segment. A whole new segment, Jennifer, you say. Yes, this channel has segmentation now, okay? And it is going to be called In Their Business. And in this segment, we're going to talk about inspirational stories, negative inspirational and positively inspirational, and scams from the business world. Okay, for the very first one, I'm going to talk about the scam that got millennials pissed. The Fyre Festival. If you haven't heard about the Fyre Festival at this point, I am shocked. I'm shocked because this was the most talked about festival in 2017 and for the very wrong reasons. It was so bad that Netflix and Hulu came out with documentaries talking about it. You must be really messing up if both Netflix and Hulu decide to make a documentary about you. This was a version of the Woodstock debacle. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. Maybe you guys don't know about it. But very millennial-like. Imagine a Woodstock situation, extremely millennial-like. Now, you wonder, what do I mean by that? Appearance over everything. This guy, Billy McFarland, had the brilliant idea of creating this platform / app where users could go in and book their favorite artists, favorite performers for their events at the fraction of the time. This idea was great, and it was called Fyre. Just imagine, just imagine, you know, connecting with Beyonce's publicist or manager or whatever and being able to book her for your event. That wouldn't happen regardless of the app because Beyonce is not for y'all. Beyonce is something else, okay? Let us not even talk about it because this is a debate. And it's not a debate, it's not debatable. How is Beyonce being great debatable? It's not. At the time, Billy McFarland was 27 years old and he tried to hire Ja Rule. Ja Rule, who? Honestly, I'm even thinking about it. Who hired Ja Rule at this point? He tried to hire Ja Rule for one of his events. And from the story they tell, it was really hard for Billy to get a hold of Ja Rule. It was really hard. And once he did, Ja Rule was impressed at his persistence, at his work ethic and everything, and he wanted to know what more Billy had in his brain. Obviously, they kept talking after that. And in those conversations, allegedly, the idea of Fyre Festival came up. But why do I say allegedly? I say allegedly because Mr. Ja Rule is over here denying being involved in the making of this festival until he goes to his grave.
My partner in crime here, Billy McFarland. My partner in crime here.
He's denying being part of the organization of anything like that. So, okay, Ja Rule. This festival was literally the ultimate luxurious experience that, you know, IG millennials were looking for, okay? It promised attendees to feel like celebrities and hang out with these celebrities for the weekend. Okay, maybe, I'm already starting to question, how are you going to do that? These people were offering private jet transportation, luxurious accommodation, starting from the nice little domes that they have all around now, to villas and yachts. What? Diversified water sports, jet skis and all of that stuff. Celebrity celebrity chefs in an island that was previously owned by Pablo Escobar. And you know, we all know Narcos. We love Narcos. And the price for daily passes was $500 to $1,500. The VIP package could cost up to $12,000 a person. Okay, the prices don't seem crazy. They actually seem very small for what they're offering. But at this point, we have no more information about this whole situation. So we're just gonna go with what they say they're going to give us. But me, as a conscious buyer, I have to take into consideration that there's a lot of questions that you need to answer before you even buy this ticket. How is it even possible for you to do that with the amount of money that I'm spending? I'm gonna spend like a fraction of the money that somebody would spend to have all of these things, right? Okay. 1. 2, can we actually see these accommodation places, whatever that you're offering, the villas, the yachts, the whatever you say that you're offering? Can I see it? Can I not just have a floor plan? Can I actually see photos? Like I would go through a hotel and I would see the photos of the hotel rooms and the villas that they might offer, right? Not a stupid question. Who are these celebrities agreeing to hang out with me, a commoner, for 3 days? Then, last but not least, who the hell is performing? You have no back history. Who is this? Who are these people that are going to agree to perform at your place? Okay? Now you wonder, Jennifer, how did people even go to this, even buy these tickets when you already have all these questions? Well, they knew exactly what to do. They knew exactly what to do, okay? The infamous marketing strategy implemented by the owners of the F. Jerry account really got people thinking this was actually a thing. It allowed social media users and their target market to get eluded by the optics of everything. Basically, they got 400-ish fire starters, which were basically influencers. And if you followed these influencers, if you followed influencers that were part of this, you would have seen this crazy orange square that everybody was posting and basically only had hashtag Fyre Festival with it. And obviously, me as an conscious user of the internet, I want to get to know what's up with this orange square that everybody is posting. I click on it and I open it and I see things about the Fyre Festival. And once you found their website, their Instagram page or whatever social media page that you might stumble upon, you were in awe because the aesthetics alone really got me. Just look at it. And then came the video. And this video was really what captured people. This video, I'm just gonna let it do its own work.
The actual experience exceeds all expectations and is something that's hard to put into words. All these things that may seem big and impossible are not. It gives people that type of energy, that type of power.
This Billy had no freaking clue. He had no clue how it was gonna make this come true. He had no clue. They basically decided to create a festival in a fraction of the time and expected to have all of these things there. At some point, this homeboy didn't even know where the whole festival was gonna be, because in this video, they literally said, give me a second. Pablo Escobar private island. And basically the island owners of that time did not want to be associated to Pablo Escobar, and they specifically told them, do not put this anywhere. And did the CMO care? No. Greg McGowan basically just wanted to make the most epic video to make us suffer from FOMO. That's all he wanted. He didn't even take into consideration if this festival was actually going to be able to happen. But it wasn't his fault, because he was responding to his CEO, right? Billy. This video for me really just highlights how much we suffer from FOMO. But let's move along and talk about what pisses me off the most about this whole situation. What pisses me off about this whole situation is that at no point they were able to humble themselves and be like, yo, we're not gonna do this. Or even if the people inside the company, inside the Fyre Festival production or the conception, already kind of knew that it wasn't gonna happen, they didn't know how to speak to Billy. And this caused a big issue, because at the end of the day, they were not able to deliver. Me, as a customer, I would at least love to hear from them. Or if they said, listen, the Fyre Festival will not be what we expected it to be this year, but we're gonna work on being better. If you want, you can still use your tickets and come through, but don't expect what we showed you at first. Be clear about it, be honest about it, but nah. Billy did not want to be a failure. He did not want to be a failure, and at the end, he was the biggest fail of them all.
Oh man, you're just ruining it.
Fyre Festival will forever be, infamous for this. And another thing for me is this, okay? This is another thing for me. I'm over here trying to get investment, for Pinky. And I get so surprised that I see the type of investment that investors have made in the past. And I understand, because you believe in the idea, you believe in the person, it's gonna come through, whatever. But Billy's investors was literally coddling him. They were coddling him the whole time. They just kept giving him more money and watched him basically drive into a wall. Not all types of investments are the same, okay? I'm gonna clear that out. But you should at least pay attention to where your money is going. What are you doing, sir? Ma'am? How much? What? You kept giving this man money? People really forget that the influencers and the celebrities were key. They were key for this whole situation. Imagine you seeing that Kendall Jenner and Bella Hadid posted about Fyre Festival. What are you gonna think? You're gonna be like, okay, they're never gonna post something that is not going to happen. They're never gonna post something that is a scam. They're never gonna post something that is not good for you. That's where you get it wrong. These influencers, they do it for the money, and you need to pay attention to that. And that's why now you have rules all over social media. They're like, okay, you need to say that this was paid promotion. You need to say that you were paid to say this. You need to say that you were paid to post this, okay? Because people around here, they are literally following you because you're influencing them to buying things. And if you are not sure of what product you are selling, and you just sell the product and you tell them that it came from your brain, it's just something that you want to share with your followers, instead of telling them that you're getting paid for it, you're playing games. You're playing real games, honey. You're playing real games, boo-boo. Be careful. You're playing with people's money. You're playing with people's health. Influencers, get it together. Get it together. As consumers, we need to be more analytical, more discerning. We need to be more attentive to what we are spending our money on. We need to pay attention to what is being said about what we are spending our money on. Because scams are not gone. They're not gone, and we're gonna talk about them as we progress in this channel. And you guys are gonna be like, people really falling into these? And they really are. And they really are. They really are. Your favorite Instagrammer, YouTuber that is all into trading? Not today, not today, another day. And influencers need to take accountability for the things that they put their names behind, okay? They need to take accountability, because if you didn't do your research, you played yourself. You played yourself. And if you did do your research and then they scammed, you can even come through and say, yo, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I was scammed. I was scammed. But you don't want to do that. You just want to be on your high horse and your throne and pretend that you can influence people without having any consequences. But there are consequences, okay? Number 3 lesson. If you're an entrepreneur, sir, ma'am, sir, allow people to criticize what you're doing. Give space for people to talk to you. Allow yourself to understand when you're making mistakes. Pivot. I hope you guys really enjoyed the first in their business, because we're getting in their business. We're trying to know everything about these people so we can do better and we can do greater, okay? So I would love it if you guys could suggest some, some topics. You could also suggest how deep you want me to go into these topics. If you want less of opinion-based video or more of a factual-based video, let me know. Even in the factual-based video, I'm always gonna be my opinion because I'm an opinionated person. But you want it longer, shorter, tell me. Anyway, bye.